Hey everyone, this is Wet Slicks. We're back on TT Isle of Man riding the Edge 3 for another career mode video. Today it's qualifying number 6 at the Clips course. And actually this is going to be the first video as well where we have swapped over now to the realistic physics settings. So it's going to be interesting to see how we do with that. Again, one of my main goals of today is just to not crash the bike. That is goal number 1. Don't crash. Be fast. Sounds so easy in theory. The main thing I'm just struggling with the realistic physics settings is corners like this. Oh, I got a massive stoppy there. We did just about manage to get the bike slowed down. So it's under braking and then slow speed corners. You just have to be so careful. This one isn't as bad, I say. We kind of struggle on it. Any corner we were able to sort of keep some speed up, you can kind of get away with it. But the slow speed corners now, where you're fully leant over the bike, are so tricky and hard to deal with. Oh, just getting on the curb there, a tiny touch. Hopefully not going to get a penalty for that. Seems like we've gotten away with it. And we are through the first part of the course here. A lot of brake again for this horrible little corner. So bumpy, really difficult little uphill left-hander there. And we are into the fastest part of the Clips course. Just felt like I needed to touch the brakes there. Really, it was the wrong time for it. But here we go, down the main straight. It's kind of the only straight part, the only big straight on the Clips course. So you have this right-hander in the middle of it. And up through here and then down the hill. Just here. Before we split off to the right. So looking for kind of a braking point somewhere around here. Should be okay. A lot of braking, and then also you just need to be a little bit careful on the acceleration. The bike does tend to have a little bit more instability on sort of harsh acceleration just when you're coming out of a corner. And struggling with the grip as well. I reckon there's maybe a 15-20% difference on the grip levels from beginner to intermediate. Beginner, you just have so much grip everywhere, and then I think it's less than that, maybe a 10% difference from intermediate to realistic physics. We've lost about 10% of the grip, and you can tell. It tends to be through some sort of medium speed corners and stuff. You just find yourself going out wide when you're not really expecting to. Coming up to one of the hardest corners anywhere in this game, this horrible right-hander. Really difficult to get the bike around there. And you can't go too fast because you've got another right-hander there that's not very easy to get round. But we are through. And we've got another very slow speed corner just coming up here. So we're going to get the bike slowed down nice and early, preparation for that. And get the power back on through the corner. I think that's one of the main things I just need to change maybe a little bit with my riding style is instead of braking into and during the corner is, the light's messing with me as well, is braking before the corner, well before the corner. Braking into it, but not during. Because as soon as you start braking during the corner, it's kind of already too late at that point, as I just break the rule that I just made to myself. But it's okay, we're still on the bike. Through here, these sort of second gear left-handers, and then this one that's actually a right-hander. They're stopping again a little bit. And you have to be so careful here as well. This corner is tight. Oh, I'm a little bit wide there. Get some speed up through here. Up to 5th gear. Over this little bump in the road just there. And then I'm going to go down to 5th. Through. This bit can be a bit bumpy. Noticing the lack of grip there on that corner. And then that grey house on the left. I sort of use as a braking marker. Screw up the speed off. Engine brake as well is much more useful. I feel like, especially on a corner like this, where there's so many subtle little bumps there that can mess you up under braking. Just engine brake, letting off the accelerator, corner like that helps massively, because you're not really risking anything by just coming off the accelerator early. And you do scrub off a lot of speed actually just using the engine brake. So we're through kind of the Clips course section. This is part of the TT. Nursery bends. Braking through here, but we need to remember we don't do the nook at Governor's Bridge, I think this is. I'm going to try not to hit that wall. I always hit that wall on the right there and take the wrong line. Just about managed to avoid it that time. I don't think we're going to be setting the fastest time today, but we will set a fairly half-decent time, 6 minutes something. It's going to be interesting to see what some of the AI times that kind of come in here. Still feel like I'm kind of practicing. It's much easier, I would say, going to realistic physics on Supersports. It's the super bikes for me are the main problem. That's more, I would say, where I'm struggling. Let's go back to the pits and have a look at some of the times that the AI are putting in now. All right, so the times are in. This is the end of the session here. Some of the AI were well, one person, I think, was it Dom Herbertson, was able to improve their time there just enough to beat us by a few tenths. So we've ended up 4th, which I'm pretty happy with. We're kind of on pace with the AI, it seems like, pretty much. A few seconds off Brian McCormack and John McGuinness, of course, but with most of the AI, we're kind of in the mix on realistic settings at the moment, and hoping that we can sort of continue to just get a little bit faster, but we have 36 points, upgrade points, that we can do something to the bike. And I'm thinking maybe we invest in some better front suspensions. And then let's go for the shock absorber. And that leaves us with, what, like 1 point left over or something like that. So maybe that's it. So we just need one more on the front suspensions. We will get a huge front stability bonus. Hopefully that'll help with some of the stoppies that we've been experiencing as well. And then we need the better fairing. That's going to give us another 20% rear stability, and the chassis 35%. So we're looking for some of those final upgrades. We do not have that many events really before we are into the TT proper. We've got 2 more qualifyings and 3 races. So there's what, like 250-ish points, less than 250 points to kind of play with. But it is good that the next race is on the St John's course. Again, that's a course I feel like I know fairly well. So look forward to that for the next race. But for the moment, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.